What's up, guys? This is a little different video than what I normally make, but there's some things that I wanted to talk about, and I think get them off my chest and just kind of clean up some details. So, yeah, when I started this channel, I was kind of learning YouTube and how to make things work on YouTube as just a way to learn some new things and maybe to guide you guys on some things that I was working on, and hopefully share some information. I posted a lot of videos in a very short time, and a lot of shorts and some long form stuff, and I was also chronicling how I was growing the YouTube channel with some of my goals and things of that nature, and then abruptly I quit doing it, and I wanted to share with you why that is. So full transparency, if you want to bail on this now, I'm going to talk about some things that have affected me, and we're going to talk a little bit about mental health. So if that's a checkout for you, I totally understand. Now's probably as good as any time to bail. But I would hope that you would stick around. So let's start with why I quit posting, and let's just start at the beginning. So the long story short is that my brother passed away right around my son's birthday and my birthday, actually the day between our birthdays, back in September, and that honestly, it took a lot out of me. You lose parents, you expect that, you lose grandparents, and you expect that, but I don't think you ever really expect to lose your little brother in a sudden way. So yeah, it took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of our family. Obviously your kids losing an uncle, your other siblings have lost a brother, a wife lost her husband. It's a heavy thing, and I don't want to belabor that point in particular, but that was kind of the catalyst for me to quit posting for a little while. So I'm in a better space now where I think we can start to resume. I won't make it as much of a priority as I have in the past, but yeah, I want to get back to posting and sharing with you guys, but I thought like it was appropriate to share where I'd been, why I hadn't been posting, and the reality is my brother's passing was a shock, of course, but it also triggered something that I've dealt with for a long time, which is anxiety and depression, and just mental health as a whole. So I'm going to talk about that today, and get into a little bit about how that's affected me, and yeah, so here's what I hope to accomplish with the video today. I want to encourage some open dialogue. I want to let people know that if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, or other mental health, that you're not alone in dealing with that. It's not just you. There are millions of people dealing with this sort of thing, and there's a ton of resources out there. So I just want to open up the dialogue around that, and I guess the thing that I would say is, like, there's not a normal. It's okay if you feel down. It's okay to not be in the best mental space, and I think over the last few years a lot of people have talked about that, and I really am happy that people are speaking up about it, and I'd like to lend my voice to that if it helps someone in any kind of way. I also think talking about it helps me as well, So yeah, let's talk about, here's what I don't want. I don't want, for you guys to feel bad for me or to pity me in any kind of way. Everyone goes through things like this, and you have events that maybe trigger something underlying that you didn't know about, or maybe you have known about it for a long time, you're actively working on it, but it's still a big event like what I experienced and many of you have gone through. Can bring all of that back in in a big way, and you might think that you had it under control, that you've been making great progress, and you have been making great progress. I feel like I've made great progress in dealing with my mental health, but when you have an event like this, it triggers things, and there's a lot of reasons for why that might be, why you might have a condition similar to mine, which is, I hope you don't have to go through it, but the reality is many of us are. So I just want to nail that down, and talk a little bit about how these two events kind of dovetail together. So I've known for years that, and I would say maybe going back, I think around like 2006, 2007, I knew I had an issue with anxiety. Didn't know that I had an issue with depression at that time, and those two things often work together. Anxiety causing depression, or depression causing anxiety, but anyway, they go together. And there might be a lot of reasons for that. It might be your work environment. It could just be your brain chemistry, your hormones. It could be, something in your upbringing. All of those things can kind of come together and be a part of what causes this. And I guess now is as good a time to remind everyone, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a mental health expert. I'm just trying to share with you what I've gone through and how I've felt over the last couple of months. So yeah, when I got this news, obviously it was shocking. I've known that my brother had been dealing with some issues himself, relating to alcoholism and mental health as well, and those two things probably go together as well to create a difficult environment for that. So yeah, had a lot of feelings when he passed, and I think a lot of people experience this when you lose a loved one. Did I do enough? Was I there for this person? Did I fail them in some way? A lot of emotions that go into it. But nonetheless, it happens, and what I guess I would encourage everyone to do is take some time and examine, how you're taking care of yourself, and to some degree how you take care of others, and just don't be quiet about it. It's a very real situation, and we all process grief in different ways, and I think when you have an issue with your own mental health, it's going to impact how you deal with that as well. So just when you talk about your own mental health, it provides a space for others to, one, be aware that if they're having similar feelings, that they're not alone, that there's someone that they know and trust that's also dealing with these things. And that can be very empowering for them as well. It can be a point of empowerment for yourself just to be open about what you're struggling with, because you also may find that there are others out there that are dealing with the same things, and you can help them, they can help you, etc. But beyond that, the important thing is to take care of yourself, and there's a couple of ways you can do that. Where am I at now? I'm still dealing with depression and anxiety. I take some medication to help with that, and it works great for me. But there are side effects and all of that kind of stuff that go with it. So I understand someone being reluctant to start on a medication, but you don't just jump into it with medication. There's a lot of things, in terms of therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, just talk therapy, things like that. But I would recommend just starting with a good physical checkup, just to make your doctor aware of like what you're dealing with, because they can suggest things that are beneficial that are not necessarily medication. There's a lot of things that affect your mental health that can be beneficial. I don't think it's just one thing. There's not a magic pill that just makes everything go away. There's probably not like a singular cause of my anxiety and depression. So there's probably not a singular solution to it as well. It could be things: diet, exercise, time outdoors, like I mentioned, cognitive behavioral therapy, regular, talk therapy, medication. Those could all be components, and it's likely that it's going to take more than one to help you deal. But there are a lot of options out there, and I just want to encourage you to, as I said, take care of yourself and explore that, and not to, be silent about it or think that you're the only one that feels anxious, depressed. You're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that are facing this, and to me, that always kind of gives me a little bit of strength and hope to know that, hey, I'm not the only one. There's millions of people that deal with this, so there's got to be a way, a path to feel better and address some of this stuff. And that's not to say make it go away or that you would never have to deal with it, but it's a challenge, and but it's not one that's insurmountable to work on and make improvements, and any of those improvements are a positive step in the right direction. So yeah, the feelings around when my brother passed made me question a lot of things. What's important to me? What do I spend my time on? How am I engaging with others? In my immediate family, how am I engaging with them? How am I engaging with just acquaintances and friends? My tendency is I get super quiet, and I don't reach out. I don't talk to my friends as regularly. I avoid going out and doing things. I just kind of want to soak in my own misery, and I think that can be okay in small amounts, but ultimately it's not a healthy way to deal. So if you're finding yourself in that spot right now, I would encourage you, talk to someone, reach out, make yourself do some things that would be different from your current cycle. For me, I would recluse into music or reading or podcasts or whatever, and kind of shut off the outside world. And again, it's probably okay in small amounts, but it's a pattern that should not last days and weeks and months. So if you're in that space, try to step back from it. Try to make yourself do something that will break that pattern up, even if it's, to go for a walk or to try to pick up a hobby that you let go. But bottom line, do something to break the pattern, and talk to someone who can help. I'll find some resources and put them in I'll find some resources and put them in the description below, just for ease of location, and to let you know, again, there's resources out there. But take a single step forward, and know that even just that one step is progress, and you can build on that again tomorrow, the next day. It just continue to seek out things that are going to help you turn the corner in whatever you're dealing with. I would really encourage that. Again, not a doctor or anything. This is just kind of what's worked for me, and I think can be beneficial to others. Yeah. So what's next? I'm going to try to get back to posting. I've been working on another song, and we'll be putting that out towards the end of the month. But yeah, I don't like. That's been helpful for me to work on that, but I don't think it's a silver bullet. It's just a way I'm trying to process and all these emotions, and trying to move forward. So yeah, let's look for some more videos coming soon. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about maybe some production. Let's talk about singer-songwriter stuff. We can talk about YouTube stuff. But yeah, I just leave you with: speak up, get help, keep moving forward. It actually does get better, and I understand when it doesn't feel like it's getting better, but there's progress to be made. So just one little step towards addressing mental health is talking about it openly, and creating, I guess, an avenue for other people to know what you're dealing with. Can go a long way. So yeah, let's leave it there, and keep on keeping on, I guess, if I were like a 70s truck bumper sticker. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.